What's going on, y'all? KM Best here. Just finished my climb to Infinite, and I'm in the top 5, currently rank 4. I played all Gilgamesh decks. Let's take a look at what I used to climb. First things first, let's talk about Gilgamesh himself. Marvel Snap's newest Season Pass card. This guy is a 5/7 that gets +1 for effectively any green power you have on the board, regardless of how you acquired that green power. Played Bishop and then played a card? Power's green, Gilgamesh gets it. Played a bunch of cards and then played Blue Marvel? Power's green, Gilgamesh gets it. That's all you really need to look for with this guy. So effectively what he is an extremely large 5-drop. And the way I like to think about 5-drops are they are either Devil Dinosaurs or they are legions. This guy is very much a Devil Dinosaur. He gets to the size of Devil Dinosaur for the investment of playing Blue Marvel, which is his most obvious running mate and definitely is in every Gilgamesh deck that I thought was even halfway reasonable. Now, that means that you have a deck that goes wide and tall at the same time, but it also means that your last 2 turns are very often spoken for when you're a Blue Marvel Gilgamesh deck, so you're not able to utilize tech to the degree that you would otherwise want. In addition, it integrates a sort of weakness to a very popular deck type at the moment, which is decks that are using Ravonna Renslayer and Thena and Professor X and Cannonball. You're not at your best against those, and that is something that is very real that you need to understand. You are going to need to be very specifically playing around Professor X if you want to actually try to beat those matchups, because otherwise they are quite difficult. So I tried 2 main Gilgamesh lists, and this was the first one. It is a straightforward Zoo Gilgamesh deck, and there is a little bit of tension here. I felt like I almost wanted to play Shauna in here or Mysterio in here. And I think if you wanted to take out Mojo and get Mysterio in here, that might end up being an upgrade just based on how easy it makes Mockingbird to play alongside Gilgamesh. Remember, we talked about how your turns are very spoken for. You have a 5 on turn 5, and then you have a 5+1 on turn 6. If you can make Mockingbird that 1, you're usually in a very good spot. The rest of this deck, I think, is pretty straightforward. You should understand what's going on. Effectively, what we're saying is Zoo is a good deck at going wide. Zoo is also, now with the addition of Gilgamesh and Mockingbird, a good deck at going tall. What you run into, though, is people that interact with you in odd ways and people you can't really interact with. When I say interact with you in odd ways, I'm mostly talking about people that Professor X you. Again, you're a deck that really wants to fill up all of your locations, but you don't want to do that before the end of the game, and so Professor X gets to take advantage of you in that way a lot of the time. In addition, you are able to go very tall, but there are going to be combo decks that are just going to be able to go taller. Decks like Hela will generally outpoint you, even if you're really nutting off with how you want this deck to work. On the whole, I was surprised by one thing, and I think you may notice this as well, which is people felt very confident staying into this deck in a way that I think is unique to Zoo. There's this sort of stigma among, I think, a lot of Marvel Snap players where they are unwilling to admit that they lost to Zoo. It's such a basic, boring-ass deck that it just sort of creates these situations where people are like, I seriously lost to Squirrel Girl Blue Marvel? What is this, Pool 1? And they will stay even when they are dead to this. I have taken to calling this Zoobris, and while we do play enough actually good cards for our opponents to recognize that we are not just some sort of, Pool 2, Pool 3 early kind of gamer, I still felt like people were overstaying against this deck, consistently underestimating the size of the point output that something like Mojo could give me, or Gilgamesh could give me, or a cheap Mockingbird could give me. It was very, very, very straightforward in terms of I felt like more people were making cope stays against me with this deck than against basically any other deck that I've played. Obviously, that's anecdotal, but I did want to bring it up because it was actually important to how this deck played. After taking advantage of some Zoobris, we decided it was a better idea to try to just play this card in a good cards shell. Now, I do think that one of the things that is happening in the metagame right now is a lot of people are correctly, in my mind, just chucking Thena into the Ravonna Renslayer Cannonball Profex deck. And I think if you are watching this video looking for the best deck in the game, go do that. Just go chuck Thena into the Ravonna deck. It's going to be great. You're going to do great. It's going to be fine. Ravonna, Profex, Cannonball, it's so good that I honestly find it impossible to believe that it's not going to get nerfed. That's what you're here for, then you're going to get that. What's interesting about this to me is how almost as good as that this felt. Like, I know it's not as good as Professor X Cannonball in the shell. I get that, but this is way cheaper and pretty damn good. I mean, I get that it's hard to evaluate the strength of a card like Gilgamesh in the context of playing it with Angela and Kitty and Mockingbird and Nocturne, right? Like, it's not that cheap, right? You're playing a bunch of really good cards in there. But this was shockingly just good. You have a lot of just actually powerful things that are happening. You have a lot of ability to customize. And man, do you get big. And also, I think there's this thing, again, we talked about Zubris earlier, and you get some of that here, because if you are playing the Cannonball Profex deck, which I do think is better, you end up in a spot where you get a lot of 2-cube retreats, you have to like aggressively snap, whereas with this deck, I felt like my climb was a little bit more comfortable because of the sort of unknown range of what I was putting out. This is a deck that can really output a ton of points. There is a lot to love here. I genuinely did enjoy playing this for, honestly, the first time ever I've been like, I'm excited about a Squirrel Girl deck. But there's also a couple of caveats. Caveat number one, I think that this guy is more likely to end up in the Baron Zemo range of Season Pass cards than in, say, the Hope Summers range of Season Pass cards. So what that means is he's definitely always worth buying because the Season Pass is always worth buying. If you are going to spend any money on Marvel Snap, doing so on the Season Pass is almost always the best way to do it. To the point that I would argue that the effectively correct way to be a Marvel Snap player is just to buy every Season Pass and then absolutely nothing else, because the value drop-off, the bang for your buck, is so insanely low for everything else compared to how good the Season Pass is. Now, even if the card on the Season Pass is not all that good, it is still a Series 5 card that you have in your collection and a bunch of resources that are well worth the price. You are effectively getting Gilgamesh for free when you buy the Season Pass. And I think he's definitely worth picking up in that context. If you're getting this in addition to all the other stuff on the Season Pass, it's the no-brainerest of no-brainers. The second thing that I wanted to point out is I think this is a very good Season Pass for early game players. This card goes straight into Zoo. You can play this in Pool 1 and it will be amazing. So there is definitely that to talk about as well. Finally, I wanted to talk about Gilgamesh and what I expect his future to be. Because while I was impressed with the card, I was not impressed to the degree of being broken. Cannonball Profex, broken. So good. Impossibly good. Phenomenally good, right? This guy is pretty good. In a different world, I can see pretty good being good enough. That's totally possible. If we're counting on this metagame getting depowered by a patch in a few weeks, this guy could end up being good then. I totally understand that too. Right now, I feel like he is just a cut below what is going to end up dominating the meta. It's going to be about this other stuff. It's going to be about Cannonball Profex. It's going to be about Hela. And he's just a little bit of a cut below that. So I think generally Season Passes worth buying. Gilgamesh, pretty good. But if you're looking for, I'm buying this one card and it's going to upgrade my account forever, I don't think he's that. He's a pretty good card, and he's definitely good enough that I had fun with him and I was beating real players with him, because again, it is important to note that whenever someone does one of these videos, it's like, I just hit infinite, I'm like, they're super early, here's my amazing rank. keep in mind that a lot of the people they played against were not people, they were instead bots. And that was true for me as well. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that that was not true for me. The reason I felt prompted to make this video is that these decks felt legitimately very good against the humans. And that is not normally a guarantee on day one. There are definitely weeks where the season resets and I'm just like bot farming to infinite and my deck feels kind of mid. And it's like, this is okay, but really what's happening is the bots are subsidizing me. And you'll see in the highlights that there's going to be a lot of highlights to put on here, and all of those highlights are against humans. So there is definitely that. I was struck by how good this was. I do not expect it to long-term be better than Cannonball Profex in similar shells. However, if you, like me, are a Zoocopium truther, this guy is honestly quite large. He's just quite a large man. His issues are very much more about how hard it is to make him good, and if he ever becomes dominant, it feels like there's a lot of counterplay for him, but he was shockingly good for me. I would describe myself as actually shocked. I expected him to be worse, and he was not worse. All right, y'all, we're going to jump into the gameplay. I think it's going to be mostly the Goodstuff Gilly deck. We'll see what ends up making it on the video, but the Goodstuff Gilly deck is the one that felt the strongest baseline to me, probably because it's running a lot of good cards, and it's maybe like a slightly worse version of the Cannonball Profex deck, but I was sort of genuinely excited at seeing this new card be almost as good as something I know is super broken, that being Cannonball Profex. And I think that this sort of specific thing is definitely a very, very interesting niche to explore. Because he's a Season Pass card, I basically get to skate on whether or not he's worth buying, because every Season Pass card is always worth buying. I get to skate on that, but I do think this is a pretty damn good card. Gut reaction, right now, like 3.5 out of 5. 3.5 stars out of 5. Pretty good. Not necessarily likely to really make it up to like the 9 out of 10s, like, you know, like Nocturne or Jeff, or just like Jeff's a 10 out of 10. But like, this is a pretty good card. You will run into people playing it, and you will be surprised by his size. You can't ignore his girth. Thank you so much for making it through this video. I've been KM Best. We're going to jump into the gameplay now. As always, you have been phenomenal. Enjoy the KM Boost. Okay. Gilgamesh decks. What makes sense? I almost want the rock. Discounts Mockingbird. I buff it up a bit. But I think I want them to invest in trying to beat it first. I think I'm more interested in this going on. I'm more interested in this going on. I'm gonna try a different Gilgamesh deck after this, I think. Ow. Whatever blows up, blows up. I think I'm cool with either of them getting blown here. Is Mojo for filled board states nowadays? Yeah, pretty much. Hold on. If they go 1, 2, 1, 2, they're at 11 on the middle. Athena is going to go to a maximum of 10, which will take them to 16 on the middle. I think we snap it. I think we snap it. See, they think we were doing something very specific here. We were actually just doing this. That's really all we were trying to accomplish here. Have you run into many Killmongers? Nope. Yeah, like, Gilgamesh plays for something like 20 fucking 5 on the middle or some shit. It just seems very difficult to deal with. Yeah, that's... You got it, dude. Coolio. Gilgamesh plays for $1 billion here. And the other thing about this deck is nobody respects Zoo. Like, that's like a real thing, is that everyone is like, it's gonna be fine to beat Zoo. Right? I'm always gonna beat Zoo. It's fucking Zoo. I can't seriously lose to that shit. But you can. Drake fan. Oh my god. Well, that's just wrong. You can't be worse than the Drake fan. You're working on it though. And I think we're all proud of you for getting closer to it. You know what the worst thing is though? I really have that Drake song that he just released where he's covering Hey There Delilah. I honestly kind of have it stuck in my head. Like I kind of just straight up have that stuck in my head. It's not the worst thing I've ever had to experience. We're gonna get Killmongered, aren't we? Oh, Loki. Yeah, that's probably bad. I'm so cheesed. Wait, that's not Loki. I can't tell if you're joking. Good. Wild Wonderland. Oh, man. Yeah, Lad from Coulson. But it's not Loki. That's what matters. And we know that it's not Loki because they just drew a Shang-Chi. All right, maybe they're baiting me here. Maybe they're baiting me into snapping back. All right? All right, let's do it. They've baited me. Successfully, they have baited me. I have been baited. They have baited me. I'm baited. They did it. What the fuck? All right, Drake fan, show me what you got, Drake fan. If this turns into Bar with No Name, okay. 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 And it's like, is that cool? Do we like this? Are we fans of this? Call Obsidian. Damn. Alright. Oh, hell yes. We've got a Lake Hellas in our zoo deck. I love that. Armor? What are you? What are you? Armor Sunspot. Wow. So you're definitely not playing... Okay, this seems fine to me. Eight keys for the Athena Spotlight art, AMA. Why? I have asked you the question. I would like to know why? Oh, that's horrifying. Now I'm dead? Am I actually dead? Or are the numbers that we put out here just very good? Pretty. Next question. Solid. Are our numbers just really good, even if they go Infinite what's-her-face? It's like we play a Thanos, and then we have a roughly 17 power Gilgamesh on the next turn? I'm gonna play a Thanos. And we're gonna see what happens, I think. That's the Infinite. I'm with you. So, definitely a big number happening there. How am I dying? We don't even die to the cannonball here? Yeah. We would have died if they put that on the other lane. Wagwan Delilah. Oh, God. What a good song. Shout out to Drake. He finally found his lane. He found a new accent. Big fan. Move Jeff to the left, you would have won. No, because then I would have just lost the mid lane. That's a different thing. You're describing not winning. God, what a queen. Yeah, I feel like we honestly are pretty close. The issue we're going to run into is we can't win the middle. Well, let's try. Now we can win the middle. Dude. You kind of just won us the game, man. Cool. They're not actually full. It wasn't necessarily C-ball brain so much as priority, right? Behold. Is Thanos back, or was he actually nerfed? I have not played him. I've seen more people playing him, but I haven't played him. Okay. I am going to blow that up. What are we blowing up? An iron left. Happily. It's the only card in hand? Yeah, it's not C-ball brain happening. I was fairly confident it was not C-ball brain. We all agree best Iceman variant, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, are we able to contest the left in a meaningful way? This is kind of an open question. If we draw Blue Marvel, the answer is probably. Now, if we draw Blue Marvel, the answer is probably not. Wait, what? She gets overridden? That's crazy. So what we can do is like this, and then see about the middle or the left, depending on the final turn. So I can add 11 to the left, which is actually adding 15. Would take us to 21, which would not. Unless they didn't play it. We can win it if they don't play a card. How confident are they feeling right now about winning? Probably not very, because I could be playing Shang-Chi. So I think, to me, that suggests... Well, actually, I think there's two plays here. We're going to put the snipe block up just in case. You snapped me. They are going to regret what they just did. That ain't it. What's the opinion on the new card so far? Gilgamesh does not seem very good. I'm going to try some other stuff with this. But, for now, I'm thinking not great. Ew. Go listen to Lambie. Good. He doesn't even play this game anymore. Oh, come on. They moved the Hope Summers there. Garbage. See, they're snapping me. I kind of wonder, because, like, I've got a lot of big shit that can happen here. That Mojo variant is kind of horrific. I'm not going to argue that. So they get a Athena. They get a Havoc. Okay. I'm with you. That's super dope, dude. Now I'm dead. Right? Because they just have Cannonball on the right, yeah? Move goes first now, yeah. No fucking way. Yo! Yeah. Am I about to kill off this Mojo? Not if I draw something better to kill off, but maybe. You're gonna be mad at me, but I'm not killing this off for a couple turns. You got the fucking Mockingbird there. This shit rocks. Does it? It rocks. Get it? Rocks. How much do I want to try to play around a YOLO proc here? I think an amount. I mean, like, this is pretty compelling, right? Big ass number. Let's do it. Let's do the thing. Edge to C-ball mid. No, C-ball mid just moves our giant Gilgamesh to danger room and wins that. C-ball Muir Island does the exact same thing. So I think there are lines that could beat us here, but they'd mostly involve sniper. Or the card Shang-Chi. If that card exists, we are definitely. How big is that? Wow! Okay. Why didn't they go to danger room with that? Weird. 0 upgrade here. Chad, have you heard of it? Jeff Hoagland? He's a bot. Did you know that? Did you know this man was a bot? My tracker says he is, so he must be. Oh man, that sucks. They have a good card and we don't. Yeesh. We could draw Elsa here and that would be very good. But on the whole, this is not a deck that we excel about. Oh, shit. Sure. Oh, wow. Horrifying. Yikes. Yikes. What if it's just this? Do you think we can beat? Do you think you can beat 9 over here? YOLO. Oh my god! We win. Because our guy dies, but we have the real Mysterio there. And then our Gilly Gil gets like +4? That was disgusting. That was the worst game of Marvel Snap anyone's ever played. I'm gonna Nebula over here, and then I'm gonna Jeff on the Ant Maze. Because I'm smart. What happened? Oh, the card Hella. That's what happened. It's very clever. It's a clever card. Yeah. Ah, yes, I've seen it. Yeah, it's a card. Okay. Don't know what this means, but it can't be fucking good. Oh, it's this thing. Okay. They get the wave back final turn. That's kind of interesting. I'm still convinced the Galactus Ultron deck is Copion. I mean, it kind of is, right? The issue is it runs Killmonger, which is a problem, I think. Then again, if they Killmonger, my stuff comes back. Okay. So they're not Killmongering. Oh, I get it. They get to go Killmonger and a 6-drop here. That's super cool. Wait, they took priority. I have no idea what happens here. Looks like we win. It feels pretty good. Some horse shit happens with Nocturne Bar with them. So, you know, stuff, right? Thanos. Getting fucking shanged. I feel it. Maybe I don't feel it. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I don't feel anything. Ugh. Why would it ever be that old? Oh, cool. I like that a lot. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of that stone. Yeah, we did get shanked. That's all right. We lose the bit here. It's okay too. Nico 2x Khazar. Intriguing. Okay. I feel like I have to choose a lane to give up here, so I'm going to do that. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but we win this game. Gilgamesh! Oh my god, he's so big. Oh my god, he's so large. Oh my god, he's so in charge. Certainly, I'm on record somewhere saying Thena sucked. Oh wait, I'm not? Then what are you doing? It's so weird. What if I ask for Ligma, just the tip? Dina's OP. Holy shit. Yeah, she seems pretty messed up, I'm not gonna lie. And you suck. Oh. Anyway, we're fucked, right? Just like super fucked. Maybe we can get something out of this where it's just like Nocturne stuff and our final turn is like a good thing. We seem fucked. I'm gonna stay in anyway because I'm a moron and I just kind of want to see what happens. Oh my god, we might be the most dead of anyone who's ever been dead. That's crazy. Yeah, we're dead as shit. I'm assuming we're just, like, insanely dead here. Wait, hold on. Hold on. So they have 20. What else do they have? Because, like... So it will be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11. Okay, so it's not enough to win that. But what if I think we're dead. They kill that card? Oh my god. Oh my god. What were they doing? Oh my god, the dark... Oh my god. Everything went wrong for them and right for us. Dark Dimension didn't end up mattering. What ended up mattering was this. If he stays right, it's actually possible they don't. I haven't really done the math on it. Nico, draw 2. Fuck. The worst part about Nico is whenever you see her early, you know it's like for something horrific. Like, a Nico shows up and you're just like, oh fuck. There's no way that would be showing up early if it wasn't for the worst shit on Earth. Like, it's always something good if they're playing it early. I don't know! I don't think it's very likely that this works, but what if it does? Get it for free. I'm not even gonna bother with the cards. Cool Hawkeye. Oh no. My free bird. I mean, she is still a 2. It's not that bad. That's really not that bad. It's not that good either. That's bad. Need a 1-drop here. Fuck. So without a 1-drop, how big is Gilly Gill over? Not big enough. God, we could have used that bird. If we drawn a 1, I think we win this game. 13. Math says 13, yeah. And 13 plus 6 is not big enough. We might win this game. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Got away with it. Everything went terribly. We got our what would have been a free Mockingbird pigged and discarded. This card that everyone runs is guarantee that, like, the person who draws it is gonna win every time. Or maybe not guarantee, but, like, what you've done is inject RNG into a card that determines how well the rest of your deck functions. And if you're not drawing that card, that means you're not drawing that card, which is good for you, because you're not drawing that card, and you are drawing the stuff your deck actually wants to do. Yeah, the only thing it does is make you have an 11 card deck. That is correct. I think Thanos got nerfed or buffed. Buffed, but question mark. Not drawing is the same as thinning in a sense. Yes, it sure is. Four cards in hand. Hawkeye's very large. Black Bolt gets rid of that. All right. Thank you. Okay, I'll wait on it. Is there any way I can justify a Cope stay here? I'm really thinking hard about the potential I have for a Cope stay. I'm thinking hard about my potential Cope stays. I don't know if we actually have any, but I'm gonna do this one. I've decided on this one. I don't know which one it is. Something. What'd they put middle? If it's more than one power, we die. Who's the man? I'm the Cope Stay God. The Cope Stay absolute God. It's a little too citrusy for me, but I'll take it. Nebula. Yeah. Means soap rice? That's such an asshole. So nice. She was being so nice to me. You guys were like, it's fucking soap. Intriguing. love that for me. Mother of God, that's awesome. It's too late, buddy. It's too fucking late. I've already acquired the value. I've already acquired the value. It's over for these hoes. It's over. Wait a minute. That's moron. That's super dumb. Wait, is it? If I go like this, I still have 3 spaces to move. It's super dumb. Okay. See, now I take priority, which matters, I think. It's not my favorite thing ever, but I think I'm gonna try it. See, since I have priority, they can't get rid of Bar Sinister. Actually, hold on. We're gonna make a different play. I didn't make a different play at all. I didn't do shit different. Whatever happens here ends up happening here. Behold. He's big as shit. That guy is big as shit. Alright, that's infinite.